Welcome back to the Friday Night Video Movie Show Awards Show brought to you by the Academy of Cinematic Endurance. Tonight, we're talking about movie and film and art in general. The way we're going to do this is each person, each esteemed critic, is going to present us with a movie. They will choose in every category. They'll choose the worst of, the honorable mention, and then the best of. Finalizing that category with the best of. It makes sense.
It makes sense.
You
don't want to end with the worst.
Yeah, actually, let's do the worst of. All right. So let's get right into categories. All right. First up tonight is an award that goes to a movie that proves if you point a camera at a sunset long enough, people will call it art instead of what it really is, running out of dialogue. This is cinematography.
All right. My pick for worst cinematography is Shatterdead.
There's nothing wrong with my face. Or is there?
It's always been fine by me. Very fine.
You're as sweet as ever, lover.
That was your worst of
Shatterdead.
pick.
That was my worst of. The hard thing about some of these categories is that the worst of could have fallen under just about any category.
Like best of.
Like best of. Could have fallen under any category. They were just best across the board. This was definitely worst across the board, and there were not many clips from this movie that I could have shown.
It's really going to shoot my best picture in the foot there.
It's 3 hours from now. You got time.
I knew you were looking forward to that one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. My worst. I'm just gonna give a quick. If you have an allergy to flashing lights, I don't know what that's called.
Epilepsy?
Yes.
Okay.
You might not want to watch the next few seconds.
I have epilepsy.
Oh, yeah, but you'll be fine.
All right.
That's for content. Because I gave my worst of pick to Paul Scherreit's 1976 film, Epileptic Seizure Comparison. Play the clip. I just didn't really like what the cameraman was doing there. I didn't really get it. I understand. I don't know if they were trying to do some, Sean Dielman sort of sit down and take a gander sort of approach. But I didn't really like it. Not a lot of interesting photography in this film.
I agree. I didn't like anything about that clip at all.
Yeah. It's two archived medical films of different patients having seizures. They're flickered quickly, accompanied by a brainwave sound.
That's a real person there.
Yeah. There's
Experiencing epilepsy.
Yes. I wasn't a fan of this movie.
All right. Katie, going back to you for honorable mention.
Honorable mention is 1964's The System.
Hey, Tinker. There's a couple of good ones up this end. Looks like a job for the camera.
Your sneakers. That girl in the first class compartment. Keep an eye on her.
The System. Who shot The System?
Nicholas Roeg shot
The System.
By Michael Winner, but people say that Nicholas Roeg really put in the work. Should clarify that out of 191 movies that I've seen this year, 43 of them have starred or featured Oliver Reed.
Expect to see that face a lot.
It's a good face.
What did you think of The System?
I thought it was in black and white.
I also think that movie had some great cinematography, though. Nicholas Roeg, fantastic DP.
Sweet. All right, come back to you for honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
In cinematography stuff.
Tough category here. I mean, I could have given it to, Pickup on South Street. I could have given it to the long lost Ricky Six, which you can find on YouTube. But I'm going to give it to Picnic at Hanging Rock. Play the clip.
Someday, Sarah, you shall have to come home with me to the station, to Queensland, and meet my sweet, funny family for yourself.
Beautiful film, very dreamy, a lot of diffuse filters over the camera, a lot of natural light, a lot of objects in the foreground. You saw some interesting stuff with mirrors in that clip. I just think it's a beautiful film. Of course, 1975, directed by Peter Weir. And it was shot by Russell Boyd, who you might know from Crocodile Dundee and Liar Liar.
Cool.
He went on to better things.
What, did he?
Yeah,
came from better things.
No, he also shot Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was mistaken. All right. Well, let's wrap this category up. Katie, we're coming back to you for your best of cinematography this year for all the films you watched.
My best of cinematography was for Paranoiac from 1960.
You haven't decided?
No.
Not even with £500,000 at stake.
$500,000?
600,000 to be exact. Surely you knew.
If you're who you claim to be, where have you been?
Does it matter?
Yes, we'll check on it. On every move you say you've made for the past 8 years.
I just think Arthur Grant's blocking in every single scene of this movie is fantastic. Everybody is in frame just where they're meant to be. It's beautiful.
They are. But can a cinematographer fail when Oliver Reed is in frame for you?
It's happened.
Perhaps we'll find out later today.
Yeah. I assume we'll be seeing more of Oliver Reed.
Oh, I'm sure we will. 43 films out of 191? We're seeing more Oliver Reed, which is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I think we all love. Let's go to you.
Yeah, let's take a look. I'm going to have to go here with a best of 1962's Lawrence of Arabia. Play the clip. Beautiful film shot by Freddie Young. Long career. You might know him from Dr. Zhivago as well. But little note here, second unit photography, Nicholas Roeg in the background shooting a lot of those large shots, setting a lot of those compositions up. You got those shots where like humans, these grand people, they're just pinholes on the landscape, you know. It really puts things in perspective the way they shoot that film. Big fan.
I've never seen Lawrence of Arabia.
Well, it sucked. You shouldn't. It's very long and it's boring.
But the cinematography.
But it looks great.
Yeah, it looks. All right, so that wraps up cinematography. Shall we move on?
We shall.
Next, we turn our gaze to a category honoring the artist who spent 14 months rendering a dragon, only for the internet to say, yeah, but the 2002 one looked way more real. I think we all know what we're talking about. This is visual effects. Katie, we're coming to you for your worst of.
Worst of visual effects, another one that could have gone in so many categories, is 2025's War of the Worlds.
As the global joint military operation continues, this reporter can't help but wonder, why are they here?
The hell do they want?
This movie was the worst thing.
Arguably, movie.
That's true, too.
I mean, it had Ice Cube. What's the problem?
It had Ice Cube sitting in a chair for much of the film.
All right, so I don't remember much about this movie. Tell me why the visual effects were your worst of.
I mean, honestly, I wanted to nominate this one for worst of editing, but I had another pick who needs to go there. So I had to find a place to slot this, and everything about it was terrible.
Fair enough. All right.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with, it was a pretty easy pick for me. I actually thought War of the Worlds was fantastic. So I went with 2016's Asylum production of Zombies. Need I say more? I think even if the animals looked okay, it's the compositing that really does a disservice to the effects work. It's the way the humans are placed in frame. They're placed in frame like a stop motion puppet on a green screen in a Charles Band film. They look so out of place. It's hilarious.
Dude, I have so many fond memories of watching that movie with you guys.
I had 3 Asylum films on my visual effects shortlist.
Yeah.
But I thought it was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it is low-hanging fruit. But I'm not above that. I will take low-hanging fruit. If I'm going to shoot for a star, I'm going to shoot for the lowest one I can find because I might actually reach it.
I think Zombies had the same dream. All right. Katie, we're coming back to you for honorable mention of visual effects.
My honorable mention goes to 2021's Bellflower. This was not a great film. It was a very low budget indie film, but I wanted to give credit to the creator of this movie who did all of the pyrotechnic work, which was pretty impressive. I mean, it was pretty cool. And the car effects that he built were really well done.
Yeah, I concur. I didn't particularly like the movie, but you have to respect the ambition, the gumption to make that movie on that budget. So I agree. Good choice. My runner-up. Another hard, tough category.
These categories are so tough.
I almost went with 1990s Nightwish because they had a cool little animated spooky thing. It looked like the thing from The Abyss, but it was like animated. It was kind of cool.
Okay.
But instead, for similar reasons, my runner-up for best visual effects was 2022's Hundreds of Beavers. I mean, just pure low-budget creativity there. Mike Cheslick directed it. He also did the visual effects. He, I believe, also edited it. He had 6 beaver costumes. He was using his limitations. He shot in black and white, so his terrible compositing wouldn't really show up. And it was very clever. The whole thing was very clever, and I was very impressed.
It's shocking there's only 6 beaver suits for that whole thing.
Yeah, 6 beavers, 2 wolves.
And a couple of rabbits.
6 beavers, 2 wolves, and a couple of rabbits. That's our new show. Let's rename our show.
All right. Who's the beavers?
I'll take it. All right. Great job on that.
Thank
for
you.
honorable mention. Moving on to our best of visual effects. Katie?
My best of visual effects is the Final Destination franchise.
Oh, cut it off, right? Just leaving us wanting more on that one.
That is such an iconic scene.
Fantastic.
That has traumatized an entire generation of us. Yes, us.
Every time I see a log truck, I just,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Good choice.
Yeah. Great set piece, great effects. I agree. For best visual effects, I want to promote something maybe a little less known. So I'm going with 2022's also film by Hannah Bergholm, Hatching. Yeah, Hatching. Finnish production. But I really like that they went the direction they went, even though it was CG, it still looked kind of like a puppet. And I'm like, that's great. If you're not going to do a puppet, make your CG look like a puppet. Because I'm bought and sold. I'll take it.
What was that called again?
Hatching.
Hatching.
Yep.
I see why they named it that.
Yeah, it's. I chose a scene that was definitive of the title.
Where something hatched.
Where something hatched.
All right, good. All right, hey, great great job getting through that category, guys. That was visual effects. We're gonna shift gears.
Whoa.
All right, we're gonna move on next
To
up.
video games.
Yeah, we're reviewing Mario Galaxy from here on out. All right, no, let's take some time to celebrate the geniuses who answer the question: what if this character's entire personality was sleeves? It's time for costume design. Katie, give us your worst of for costume design.
My worst of costume design needs no introduction.
I think that's how the show works, but I knew it was going to be a millisecond clip when I heard that cat meow. I didn't even take my hand off of it. I just knew. Go on, and why don't you tell us why that was your worst of? Because I've already got some disagreements lined
Again,
up.
I think my best of has been shot right in the foot here.
This is, I believe, 2024's baby cat on Tubi. And she didn't even look like a cat.
She looked darn right human.
That's what she's upset about. Oh, all right, go ahead. Is that it?
That's pretty much all I had to say.
Yeah.
Major gripe. It turns out they were all humans.
They had one assignment. It was make her cat. And that's the costume. And they failed. Oh. Fair. That's fair. Well, once again,
Hold on, let me get this joke in. I still think they did a better job than James Corden. All right, coming to you. Worst of.
I chose some more low-hanging fruit. I went with 2012's Asylum production of Lord of the Elves, also known as Clash of the Empires, also known as Age of the Hobbits. Play the clip.
My great Chief Core.
What are these little things you bring before us?
I do give this movie some credit. Warner Brothers sued them over the name Hobbits, which is why they had to change the title. But I like that they did shoot in Indonesia, I think, with real little people. That was great. Unfortunately, the movie sucked, and everything about it sucks, and the costume design sucks.
Do you remember the name of that actress?
Oh, from The Crow?
Yes.
Yeah, the actress in that
We
film
should do better.
who you saw there at the very beginning, who was also in The Crow, she was in great shape, and we did start doing crunches while we were watching the film to try to match her energy.
Like the old Crow?
The original
The
Crow.
original
yeah.
Crow?
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
Yeah.
She's one of the villains.
Still got it.
I know.
Still got
I know.
it.
She's
Yeah.
keeping it
She
real.
looks young as could be.
She's keeping it real. That's
right.
why we were like, whoa, dude, she's like, we need to get in shape.
Well, I feel fit as a fiddle. Katie, coming to you for honorable mention for costume design.
I've got 1962's Pirates of Blood River.
And who will be next?
Oh, not me, Captain. I'm with you.
I mean, you can't beat Christopher Lee in that eye patch. But every single Hammer film that came out in the 50s and 60s was just full of fun costumes, fun sets, people having a good time. This movie's especially cool because it's called Pirates of Blood River because they could not find, they didn't have a ship and they didn't have a set that was a ship. So they filmed a pirate movie with no pirate ship.
Dude, I respect that.
You got it, yeah.
It's a great idea.
Coming to you for your trash pick.
Trash pick.
Honorable mention?
Yeah, my honorable mention here. This one, I feel pretty good about this one. This is the award is actually going to Jacqueline St. Anne. This was her first movie doing costumes. She would go on to do Fear No Evil next. Check that one out if you get some time. But my choice is 1977's Shockwaves.
This is just honorable mention?
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know, because the movie kind of sucks. But and it actually, I don't even know if I can give it to Jacqueline St. Anne because apparently it was an extra who returned from glaucoma surgery, and the director said that looks great. Give all the Nazis in the ocean some goggles. And that's how they came up with it. So really, the movie's not very good, but those Nazis living in the ocean looked fantastic. And it's got music by a young Richard Einhorn, maybe most famous for his soundtrack for Passion of Joan of Arc, the silent film. So you can watch it for a few reasons, really, but really you're watching it for the ocean Nazis.
Ocean Nazis. It's a great hashtag. All right, we're coming back to you, Katie. We're going to wrap up costume design. Give us your best of.
Oh, my best of is Oliver from 1968.
I thought you were going to say Oliver Reed, just the man.
Just him.
Just
Everything
it's
he
just
wore.
still photos of him in clothing. You're like, go on, next clip. All right, say it again. It's Oliver from what year?
Oliver from 1968.
Sweet.
Come city yourself, one of the family. We've taken to you, so strong.
Honestly, the fact that I watched Oliver this year made every best of very difficult, considering that it did sweep the Oscars the year it came out.
I didn't know that.
The sheer scale of this movie is incredible, and musicals of this time are just so much fun.
I haven't seen Oliver in, my goodness,
Yeah,
forever. But
Yeah.
good memories right there.
When
already.
you see a bunch of guys carrying slabs of meat, going, "Oh, I consider yourself," you really want to take another look.
You know you're in the right place
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Nice. All right, bring us home, buddy. Best of costume design.
Best of costume design. I went with Luchino Visconti's 1969 film The Damned. It's just a film about Nazi debauchery, and everything in the movie looks dirty and scummy, including the costumes or lack thereof. The costume designer would work with Visconti on The Stranger. He later worked on The Night Porter. So I guess he was just into Nazi costume design. That's kind of his deal. But he does a great job with it.
Kind of seems like it might be your deal. That was 2 Nazi clips in a row, wasn't it?
That was. Nazis, Hugo Boss had something going on.
Hey, those costumes. Say what you will about Nazis.
Right. But they looked sharp. Let's be real. Anyone who's into eugenics would eliminate you very quickly.
Yeah, I'm like a Nazi's wet dream. They're like, yeah, get him in here for sure. We'll show you how all the chambers work. Oh, all right. All right, nice. All right, well done, everybody, on costume design. Let's move on. For the artist who spent 4 hours a day making someone look like they slept 4 hours a day, we have our next category, makeup and hairstyling. Katie, give us your worst of.
My pick for worst makeup and hairstyling was 1980s Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hype.
Mine is the face that spoils a sunny day. Luckily, I don't need a tan. She's late.
This was actually the movie that kicked off my Oliver Reed quest for inexplicable reasons.
I think it's pretty obvious. Go ahead.
This movie was an absolute wacky, absurd mess in so many ways.
I'll try to follow along. I don't see it, but go ahead.
But it inspired me to find the rest of this actor's catalog.
Let's talk about Oliver Reed for a second. It kind of seems like you've fallen in love to a degree with Oliver Reed. Would that be accurate?
Well, I'm happiest when I'm obsessed with something.
What a great clip.
Better Oliver Reed than ketamine.
Hey.
Coming to you, sir. Worst of makeup and hairstyling.
Kind of surprised you didn't go with this one. I think it slipped under your radar. You're going to be pretty mad at me for getting this one in on you. I went with 2000's The Crow Salvation. What are your thoughts?
Mine?
Yeah. You haven't seen The Crow Salvation.
No. 2000?
2000.
That looked like, I mean, honestly, it was like they were going for the Joker.
Yeah.
Of some style, but that was your worst of, right?
No.
Okay. You're like, actually, plot twist.
Yeah.
It's my favorite one. All right, tell us why.
So the makeup department was led by Gina Homan, who later worked on A River Runs Through It.
That's a great film.
I know, and 127 hours. So I was like, what's the deal? And then the makeup department in total had Greg Nicotero from Sin City and The Walking Dead, had Robert Kurtzman from Dusk Till Dawn, Howard Berger from the Fright Night remake and Splice. I mean, there was a lot of talented people in this makeup department. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if that was the director's choice, but the whole reason we watched all the Crow movies was because I saw pictures of all the crows, saw that and said, that's hilarious. And that ended up being the second best Crow movie of all the Crow movies. True story.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is the best Crow movie outside of the original Crow, but the makeup is hilarious.
Katie, coming back to you, give us your honorable mention for makeup and hairstyling.
My makeup and hairstyling honorable mention goes to 1979's The Brood.
You can do snowflakes too. That's a good idea. This is larger.
I don't think you can watch a Cronenberg film and not consider it for makeup and hairstyling. I mean, his whole style is so iconic. That was a cool and creepy film.
I've never seen that. I've seen a lot of Cronenberg in my day, but never seen that. It looks, as soon as you said Cronenberg, I went, got it. I could feel it. That's awesome.
Yeah, The Brood was probably Cronenberg's first legitimate film, after some very low budget work. But yeah, good choice. My runner-up, though, is quite different. This one also goes to 1969's The Damned. Play the clip.
Thank you for coming.
More debauched Nazis.
starting to pick up a theme here. I think I've got the thumbnail for this episode down. Why'd you choose that for honorable mention?
Well, the makeup and hairstylist Mauro Gavazzi and Luciano Vito.
Why are you saying it like that?
Because they're Italian.
You don't speak Italian, do you?
Not at all.
Okay.
Not a word. They worked together first on 1968's Romeo and Juliet, classic banger of a film, and then they just pivoted and went into horror for the rest of their career. So they did like City of the Living Dead and The Killer Nun. So they ended up working together for a long time, which is cute. But again, they made some debauched, wealthy, Nazis. Very hedonistic film. I was very appreciative of this lovely period piece.
The Nazis. It's just a gift that keeps on giving. Cinematically only.
Yeah. If you need a villain, you get a shark or a Nazi.
Only cinematically. Do the Nazis the gift that keep... Katie, let's go to you for your best of makeup and hairstyling.
My pick for makeup and hairstyling goes to 1976 Burnt Offering. Something was going on with Bette Davis's character. It was so artfully progressive that I didn't realize what was happening. I just thought she started looking tired throughout the film, and then we realized that something was terribly wrong.
That sounds like great makeup and hairstyling.
I thought so.
That's how you get there, subtly, right? They take you there, you don't even know it.
Right.
That's what makeup does. Mm-hmm. You guys might not even be able to tell, but I'm only 27 years old. It's just been slightly progressing this whole video. I start off young, and I've just been applying makeup in between clips. And now I look old. All right, go ahead. Your best of?
My best of, yeah.
Hold on. Your best of? For makeup and hairstyling.
Thank you very much. I decided not to go subtle, and I went with a movie that kind of surprised me.
Let me guess. More Nazis. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
No. This is Nazi extravaganza. No, it goes to 2008's The Ruins.
Oh my God. Oh, it's inside my leg. Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Get it out!
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Get it out!
I think we both thought this movie would kind of suck when we started it, and it didn't. Not that it's amazing, but it's pretty decent. And I went with the special effects makeup, obviously. I thought they did a really good job. The makeup supervisor, their first movie was actually Babe Pig in the City, also underrated.
A banger.
And these days they're still working. They're working on things like The Fall Guy, so they're killing it. Also, the prosthetic makeups, Charmaine Connolly, who worked on Dark City, Jake Garber, who worked on the show Monsters from the early 90s, if you haven't seen that. So a lot of talented people doing some nice effects work here. And honestly, this movie might look like it sucks from the cover of the DVD, and it doesn't suck that much. So check it out.
Nice. All right. Very good, everybody. Moving on. Next award goes to the team that filled an entire set with exposed brick, plants, and warm lighting, so we could believe a freelance poet could afford a $15,000 a month studio apartment. Of course, we're talking about production design. Katie, give us your worst of.
My worst of goes to Freedom Deep from 1998. This movie was 90% just shooting the rodeo and 10% a guy walking through the wilderness.
A rodeo.
And I did include the most interesting detail I found in the film, which was that little mention of David Dakota.
That is fascinating. Yeah, that was an odd movie. That's a very odd movie.
I'll be honest, I like that style, though, of that clip. I haven't seen it, so I'm sure it's garbage, but like that look, whatever that grunge...
Terry Gilliam.
Yes. Brazil over your shoulder. Like you're the yeah, it's great. Chips, coming back to you. Give us your worst of for production design.
I'm going to have to give it to 1996's Replicator.
Wow. Now I can do this whenever I want. Hold it. What am I doing? Kilder, you turn me back right now. I never counted on this. There's no reversal procedure on the modified Replicator.
I'll be honest, I swear, I thought she had a Nazi uniform on right quick. Let's pivot away from Nazis.
Yeah. Hold on. That's going to be a problem.
This is becoming a themed episode. All right. Tell us why that was your worst of for production design.
Well, there was no production designer listed, so I'm going to have to blame the director, Keith Randall Duncan, who is the set designer, actually. They never designed sets ever again in their life. But fun fact, the director had 3 children with a woman named Blue. That's my fun fact about Replicator.
Katie, coming back to you for your honorable mention for production design.
My honorable mention for production design is Logan's Run from 1976.
Only the crazies hang around Nursery. Anyway, there'll be a couple of new Sandmen in there tomorrow.
How do you know?
Some of our guys are on carousel tonight, and Sandmen always renew, I know.
But you don't know, you just assume. 1 for 1. What everyone's been taught to believe. 1 for 1.
Well, why not? That's exactly how everything works. Keeps everything in balance. One is terminated, one is born. Simple, logical, perfect.
The miniatures in this movie absolutely delighted me.
That didn't win best of? That's unbelievable.
Oh, I know.
I didn't want to bring it up.
No, it was fantastic.
My
Between the
feelings were a little
miniatures
hurt, but go ahead.
Yeah.
and
I
the
mean,
mall they shot it in.
If Logan's Run, if it was the first time I'd ever seen it, because obviously we can only choose things that we've seen for the first time. If that was the first time I'd seen that movie, I don't know how that wouldn't win best of.
Your best of better be amazing. Or I'm going to flip this whole table. All right. So that was your honorable mention.
That was.
I mean, what else do you need to say, dude? Logan's Run. It's killer. All right. Coming to you, buddy. Honorable mention?
Honorable mention for production design. Obviously, some big choices here. Could have gone Bridge on the River Kwai on this one, you know? But instead, I think the easy choice was to do all of Australia in the 1980s. Play the clip.
Oh, that is something.
That's you? Talk to me.
That was Australia in the 1980s.
That's the name of the movie, or just all
the
of
country.
Australia?
Yeah, just the country.
Okay.
Those were 3 clips from 3 movies: Death Games, Crosstalk, and Ladies Stay Dead from 1980, 1981, 1982. Stylish loft apartments. You put some swimming pools in there, some weird looking retro tech, and that fish tank. I threw that fish tank in the end because it turns out that when you have good production design, when you put interesting things in a room, you can do interesting things with those objects. Why kill a woman with a knife? Seen it. Never seen a lady turned upside down and put in a fish tank. Thank you, production designer.
Thank you, Australia.
Thank you, Australia.
All right, Katie, we can bring it back to you. Bring us home on production design. Give us your best of.
I had to go with Oliver again.
This wonderful morning, such a sky you never did see. Who will tie it up with a ribbon and put it in a box for me? There'll never be.
This movie wins because it was not shot on location. This movie had sets for every scene. And
that's
they were
pretty crazy.
Massive and detailed and incredible.
You know, awards are subjective, right? You probably resonate more with Oliver due to being raised in England, right?
I do love British musicals of this era.
I tend to resonate more with Logan's Run because I'm sexy as all get out. The sexiest movie ever made is Logan. Everybody knows that. All right. Anyway, sorry. Nice, dude. I mean, can't argue with that. No. Oliver's looked amazing.
I mean, I don't think we've seen the end of Logan's Run.
Good. You heard that, folks. All right, Chips, tell us, buddy, your best of for production design.
I felt this one was kind of easy for me because she resonates with Oliver. I resonate with weirdos. I'm giving it to 2022's Crimes of the Future, directed by David Cronenberg.
Are we comfortable again soon? Or could bed as our top-of-the-line bed? Once we correct the misalignment caused by your hormonal imbalance, you'll be floating.
It's astounding.
It's beautiful. Production designer Carol Spear, longtime collaborator with Cronenberg, did The Fly, did Existence, did History of Violence, and outside of Cronenberg's work, did Silent Hill. Also not a good movie, but looks great. So Carol Spear, true talent. Something about all these movies too with Carol Spear, like she makes the modern or future world look ancient, like people haven't touched it in a long time. It's very strange. So love Carol Spear, love Cronenberg. Didn't love Crimes of the Future, but it looked great.
Same. Can't go wrong with that production design. Well done, gang. All right. Moving on. This award honors the person who had the courage to cut a 3-hour director's vision down to 2 hours and 58 minutes to keep it high and tight. All right. Tonight we're talking about editing. Katie, give us your worst of for this year's editing.
I had to give a shout out to our boy X-Gen.
Hell yeah.
And I chose 2004's BTK Killer.
Oh, I'm just talking to you, man. I'm just talking to you, man. I'm just talking to you, man. Yeah, just you and me. Maybe I should put the red on you.
You didn't edit that.
I didn't edit that.
X-Gen edited that.
No, neither did X-Gen. That's called a loop. All right, so tell us, why was that I don't get it. Why was that your worst of?
We watched a few movies last year directed by Uli Lamel, who apparently was once a reputable German director. And then he got into making these serial killer movies, all in quotation marks, with this guy X-Gen who did his editing, and the number of reverse shots and quick cuts and re-edits and repeats of scenes and absolute nonsense. You can't talk about bad editing without talking about X-Gen.
X-Gen is peak editing.
Which peak? It's not
the most.
He's the most editing.
He's the most edit.
Yeah. Although I think my worst of competes with most of editing.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out.
It's going to go to Charles Ansell and Jake York for 2025 War of the Worlds. I considered giving them best of because they were given 3 hours of footage probably of Ice Cube in a chair looking at a computer screen. And then they were literally just handed. Yeah, that was that. They had 3 hours of that. And then they just were given literally the director was just sending them. He sent them footage of an actual plane crash where people died and said, put this in the movie. And like they had to build a movie out of these clips. Like it's completely insane. But if we're going to be honest, that movie's garbage. So it's getting worse stuff.
This was definitely this was my original first pick for worst editing. And then I remembered X-Gen. Of course.
Yeah. Good choice.
All right, that's twice as something that War of the Worlds is getting worse of tonight.
I know.
Taking a beating. Hardly worth mentioning. Unlike our next category, which is worth mentioning honorably. All right, honorable mention for editing.
My honorable mention for editing is 2021's The Guilty.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
I just want to talk to you.
Okay, I'm hanging up.
I'm just out for a drive, sweetie, okay?
Is there someone with you?
Uh-huh.
Does the person with know you called us?
No.
That's a great juxtaposition for War of the Worlds. When you're filming a man looking at a computer screen.
Yeah. What do you do with that?
Right. This movie was intense. I mean, for an hour and a half, it's just Jake Gyllenhaal in this room talking on the phone.
Is Jake Gyllenhaal a better actor than Ice Cube?
What?
How dare you, dude? All right. Ice Cube was in NWA.
Yeah.
He can't be a worse actor than Jake Gyllenhaal.
He wasn't acting in NWA.
Look,
he was with attitude.
Let me just get this out there, okay? I don't like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Whoa.
Okay? Here's why. Years ago, my wife and I played a little game of, who's your celebrity crush? Okay? I was prepared for a lot of things. I was prepared for Jeff Goldblum, who happens to be my celebrity crush. I was prepared for, I don't know who else. Idris Elba. Michael Scott from The Office. That's his actual name. But instead, she says Jake Gyllenhaal. So every time I see him, even though he's a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
And he resonates with me a lot, and a lot of things he does are really good. I just have a hard time, I guess, because of my jealousy issues.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to
It doesn't hurt that she actually slept with him too.
that did play a part. It was the acting. All right, nice. Moving on, we're coming down to your honorable mention for editing. What you got?
I went with director and editor Adam Reimer for 2020's Dinner in America.
Where are we going? Slow down! My legs aren't as long as yours.
I'll give you everything in my pocket if you let me borrow your truck for an hour.
I mean, that is fantastic comedic editing. It's staccato. He knows exactly how long to hold on a clip before cutting to get the joke. It's just beautiful.
It felt a lot like everything Wes Anderson can't do. Like I saw that framing, and I'm a Wes Anderson guy.
Yeah.
And I saw that, but I mean, he's becoming, we all know what he is. And I saw that, I thought, oh, this person's pulling it off.
Yeah.
They're doing it better.
They did it.
Honorable mention. What was it again?
Dinner in America.
Dinner in America. Very nice. All right, Katie, we're coming back to you. Wrap it up. Give us your best of for editing.
My best of for editing was Hundreds of Beavers.
Sorry, I almost forgot to stop it. I was laughing. Go on.
The editing in this was, talk about comedic editing and knowing when to cut and quick edits and doing it right. This movie had
because comedy is about timing.
It's
it's also about timing.
This is never going to be funny.
People are going to love that part for sure.
Yeah.
You're editing this? Yeah. Don't take it out.
I'm not.
If you take that part out, we're going to look like idiots.
Yeah.
Because
we've never looked like idiots.
We know what we're doing. It's funny. That's what makes it funny, is that we know it's funny. What were you saying, Katie?
I was saying that
because comedy's about timing.
All right, go on.
It was a funny movie.
Oh, all right. That was 600 beaver. Well, how many is it? Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, buddy. Wrap it up. Best of editing.
I'm taking it away from comedy and bringing it to 1984's Blood Simple. I like directors' early films because I'm a simple man with a simple mind and I don't understand their later films. They get too complicated.
Some might call you blood simple.
Comedy's about timing. Yeah, this was edited also by Ethan and Joel Coen themselves, who directed it. And what I like about the editing is, like a lot of the movie, they know when to use it to withhold information or give information to keep the mystery going and to keep you engaged, even though it's such a simple movie. So I think it was fantastic.
I haven't seen that in a long time, and that clip it gave me it's one that's in my head for sure. They did Fargo as well, right? Yeah. Very much some of those, whatever that is, just a director has even an angle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That they film. It's kind of amazing. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. This next award is held in high regard for the composer who knew exactly when to go. So we'd all know when something important is about to happen. I want you to put in the actual.
The actual, yeah, from Inception. Yeah.
That thing, yeah. This is music. Give us your worst of.
My worst of is...
I wish I was dead. Actually, I don't wish it, because zombies are still alive, I guess. I wish I was dead. What's that called?
Dead.
Night of the Dead?